This week I'm going to read a story that I wrote called Money is the Way to Go. Once upon a time, back in the spring of 2007, in a little town of Chilhowie, Missouri, there was a country family that was a little bit crazy. There was a father named Bill and a mother named Sue. They had three daughters named Farrah, who was 18 years old, Lacey, who was 16 years old, and Macy, who was 13 years old. They are the kind of family that loves to be outside whenever possible. One day, Lacey and Macy decided they wanted to go to Leeton, which is a little town about 9 miles up the road, to get a Mother's Day card for their mother, Sue. So Bill, Sue, Lacey, and Macy all loaded up in their Jeep to head out, and Farrah decided she'd stay home. It was nice outside that day, so they decided to keep the top off. While they were driving to Leeton, it started raining, but they decided, what the heck, let's just keep going. When they got to the gas station, Lacey and Macy got out and went inside and got a huge Mother's Day card for their mother, while Bill was outside pumping gas. When everyone got back in the Jeep and they headed back towards home. While on the way back, they realized it had stopped raining and some conversation came up about mudding, so they all decided to go. Bill knew a spot called Mud Road, and they knew it was the perfect time to go mudding with it just raining and fresh water all over the mud. Mud Road is a road that is about 5 miles long outside of Chilhowie, and it's filled with nothing but mud and trees out in the country. Once they got to the beginning of the road, they stopped so they could put their seatbelts on and put the Jeep in four-wheel drive. Bill then let it loose, just zooming down the road, getting them to slide and everything else as the mud went flying and the water went flying. Everybody was yelling and laughing up a storm, having a good old time. They got the Jeep straightened out, and then ahead, Bill seen a huge mud puddle and thought to himself, "This'll get him good." So as he yelled to everybody, "Hang on," he hit the gas and went storming through the mud puddle, and mud and flying went everywhere. And then once they realized that, when they stopped, they realized that everybody was covered in mud. But as we got to looking closer, Lacey literally looked like someone had literally taken a huge bucket of mud and water and dumped all in her lap. Well, after they got done, they got the Jeep turned around and they headed back out towards home, but Bill decided that might as well have a little bit more fun. So as they were coming out, they went sliding down the road, and they came about 5 feet from hitting a tree. So they were a little startled, but they were still laughing and having a blast, and no one got hurt, so they head on home back to the gravel road. Well, once they got back home, Lacey and Macy decided they wanted to sit up on top of the roll cage while Bill drove around town a few times just to show off a little bit. So they did that, and then they got home, and everybody climbed out of the Jeep and got inside and shook off the mud a little bit, and then Macy and Lacey decided they would take some pictures. And this was just one of their many crazy adventures together.